out.
Yeah.
It's time for our finale, the week-long behind-the-scenes series. Frank Marino is a Las Vegas legend who impersonates Joan Rivers. For years, he was in the show Legends next door to us at the Riviera.
Yeah, a couple years ago, he created the show Divas Las Vegas, which takes place at the Imperial Palace. His transformation from Frank to Joan is amazing to watch, and we had the chance to go behind the scenes and do just that.
It's a fun dressing room. Here's what I have lined up right now. These are my traveling clothes, and these are the gowns that we'll be bringing. I would say, you know, performing 25 years, I've got thousands. But we usually keep about 100 in the dressing room. We pick and choose every night what we're going to wear. I do 17 changes per show.
Frank Marino is officially the longest-running performer on the Las Vegas Strip. He's known for transforming into the outlandish comedian Joan Rivers for the last 25 years.
Let's go back to high school, and you got your buddies.
Yeah.
And you're all forecasting what you want to do,
Yes.
and you say, hey, I'm going to make a career out of dressing up as a woman. How would that have gone over?
Probably not so well in Long Island where I was growing up.
Yeah.
But I make a joke sometimes. People say, well, how do you know you wanted to do that? And I say, well, I was talking to my guidance counselor, and he said, Frank, you'd be a really good female impersonator. With that being said, I ripped off my high heels, I ran home, and I told my parents.
Inside Frank's dressing room, he uses a tool chest for all of his jewelry. He has hundreds of wigs, and boxes of shoes line the walls. But the big transformation comes when Frank sits in the makeup chair.
Originally, my plan in life was to become a doctor, a medical doctor. And I was working in a large pharmacy in New York, and the front had the makeup counter. When the sales reps would come in, I would just talk to them, and I would learn how to use the product. I got a little bit better with the makeup than I did with the pills in the back where I should have been. And just through a series of events, I ended up using the makeup one Halloween, and then meeting a manager and an agent, started impersonating Joan Rivers.
Makeup is done, but to complete the process, Frank needs a wig, some extra padding, and voila, it's Joan Rivers. A far cry from what Frank looks like in everyday life.
This is what it's like to walk with a diva.
This is what it is. I'm walking with two divas.
I know.
right.
This is two divas.
It's a long road to that stage.
Frank is proud of his show, Divas Las Vegas, and we took a walk together to go see the other cast of characters. Madonna, Britney Spears, Diana Ross, and how could we forget Tina Turner. A room full of divas, and you'd never know they're all men.
That's right. What a fun night that was. We were tired, but it was interesting.
Walking into that room with all the divas, and then, which made me feel like I was in a women's dressing room. And then Britney Spears comes walking out, okay, and he looks like Britney Spears. And so I was just immediately like, should I be in here? It was really, really bizarre for me.
It was. You've mentioned that specific story several times, so I know that it really got to you.
She looks good as Britney Spears.
I bet he is very flattered.
Right. So anyway, it's just amazing how they do that. They pull that thing off.
Yeah, Frank is great. He's been doing it for so long. We had so much fun with him in the dressing room. You know, he said he had a gallbladder surgery recently, and he said, you know what, that was the best, like 3 days
of his life,
of his career, because he actually got to sit down, rest, and not do anything. He's like, you know, having my gallbladder removed was actually relaxing. So he works really hard, gives a lot back to the community. So it was fun to hang with him.
Yeah, we'll have much more of that coming up.
10 p.m. Imperial Palace, right after Human Nature, same theater.
Divas Las Vegas. Possible break.